Why is Nikke a massive success? With only one previous major project under their belt, Shift Up is a Korean game studio that rose from the shadows.
Oh wait, it's Korean? I thought it would be another Chinese.
To great heights. Previously a relatively unknown team, now competing with the likes of Hoyoverse games, and even at its peak, surpassing Honkai Star Rail's
Oh my... What?
monthly revenue. The question is, what exactly went right? Let's take a look.
Oh my god! I didn't see this before! When was this video made? Oh, it's just 5 months ago! Oh my god, that's a new character! I bet. I haven't seen this. I mean, newer, I think. Oh my god! Do I need a refresher? Jeez!
Beyond the
Right off the bat? It's not even 1 minute! Oh! Oh my god, I love the style! Damn! My lord!
eye candy, beyond the exhilarating one-handed gameplay, and find out why this game, for seemingly
Oh my
degenerates,
God, that is
is
so-
able to compete toe-to-toe with the highest-grossing gacha games on the market.
She will always be my favorite. Just
This
because of
game, for
this animation makes the game.
seemingly degenerates, is able to compete toe-to-toe with the highest
I don't know. I'm always tempted to try because of the characters, but I don't know if I like this kind of gameplay. I mean, how do you play this?
able to compete
Do you just click and click and click and click?
toe
They say
To
it's
toe.
more complex though. I don't know.
What-
I need to see.
the highest-grossing gacha games on the market. My name is Psyche, and today let's find out. From the perspective of outsiders,
Oh my god! I did not see this before! Jesus, is this a skin or a new character? What the hell? Oh.
you may think Nikke looks like your typical harem waifu collection sim, and while that's mostly the case, there's actually a pretty good game underneath. Let's start from the beginning. How was the game initially marketed? Well, after some time in early access, the game launched on November 4th, 2022. During its first
2022? Wait, it's that new? God, I thought this was old or something.
month, according to Pocket Gamer, the game grossed a total of $70 million. For a new IP by a relatively unknown studio, this amount puts it on the same level as Genshin, which is not bad at all. So how did they market the game to get this much success
I mean, it's kind of obvious, bro. It's kind of obvious. How did they market it? Target all the degenerates.
at launch? Well, the way they did it was
Oh, it's this one! Oh, this one is so bad. I remember this shit. Oh my god.
interesting. It's very clear at first glance that it's not even trying to hide
This is one of my favorites.
its heavy focus on fan service, to the point where you wonder if they were self-aware. There were memes spawning about its concept,
I showed this in my 2020. Okay.
I'm coming!
you got popular online influencers checking it out,
So yeah, I mean, if they want to sponsor me to play that game, I'd rather get paid than do it for free, but even then I might still do it.
there was an ad for the Thai audience that was promptly taken down for being too, on the nose. They said the player base complained since they thought it was too rude to portray a fan of the game like this. But
I mean, to be fair, Jesus, if you go into this game, like, I don't know, yeah, I guess it is kind of rude, but funny, it's funny.
to be honest, many would agree that taking down the ad was a travesty and that the game was perfectly self-aware of who its audience is.
Yeah, they should have not, they should not have taken it out. I think it's great marketing.
And is not afraid to show it.
Please don't let me down.
Anyways, despite all that, it got the ball rolling. It got people talking about it. I took a look and tried it out as the sexual innuendos were so ridiculous that I just had to see the game that everyone was
Oh my god! I did not see this before.
talking about. It had a strong player base right off the bat, but just because it's successful at launch, it doesn't mean much if the game dies off soon after. The next step is to use the money to make the game better and retain
I have to say, graphically, it's actually good. It looks great.
players. Now before I continue, I do want to clear up a misconception that you may have heard if you never played it, is that the game is only selling because of its sexual themes.
No. 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 Sexual themes? Yeah, it doesn't retain player base. Gameplay does.
This is false. Plenty of gacha games fail because gameplay or another aspect of it doesn't hold up. It's a gacha game. You still have to make the game portion of it. I'll save this topic for a future video, but just making attractive characters is not going to work. You'll still need a good game beside it. Many longtime players will say that it's the many other elements of the game that keeps them playing. It's either the lore, the story, the gameplay, and so on, which is what we'll talk about next. So what did they do to retain players? Well, one of the first was that even at launch, they already had a lot of quality of life features like deploy all for the daily expeditions, quick battling to save time, and fairly generous rewards. The story was also off to a good start. There wasn't too much blocking your progression until a bit later. And what's unique about games at launch is that no one is at the end game yet. So
Jeez. That's like countering every shit Genshin threw at us.
no one can really attest whether or not the game becomes too grindy or not. The generous gacha rates is another aspect that, alongside ShiftUp's previous gacha game Destiny Child, they are extremely generous with the pull rates and freebies. Nikke has an SSR drop chance of 4%, which statistically averages 1 every 25 pulls. There is a coin flip of 2% for the rate up.
What? I should play this game. I should play this game. Every 25 pulls?
And every time you pull on the banner using gacha currency, you get a mileage ticket. Get 200 of those, and you can just straight up exchange a copy of the rate up unit from the shop.
Oh my god. They have an automatic selector. Yeah, every pull will be worth it with this.
These tickets are permanent, so you can hoard them as long as you please, for as many as you please. There is the cash shop, of course, and honestly, I think 90% of it is whale bait. You really don't need any of these packages that can be bought for real money. Just for simplicity, I paid the $5 monthly welcome. And a year into launch,
He also called it welcome, bro.
I have all but 3 units in the entire roster. That's because
Holy sh! He only did welcome and she only doesn't have 3 of them. The whole roster, bro. Oh my god.
speaks volumes about how generous the gacha is. Meaning I can play with more teams, and more units equals more ways to play. Even as a low spender, I can actually experiment and see what works, and try off-meta teams for myself. But how is it possible to get that many units from just being a low spender? Was I just lucky? Well, that's also partly because the vast majority of Nikke's release characters enter the standard pool after their initial banner.
Oh, that has always been my dream for every gacha game I've been playing. Please, when they get older, they should always the standard banner. After a year, it feels like trash. This actually makes it more what do you call that? What's the word? It's gonna feel more. The best way I can say is enjoyable, but goddamn, that has always been my wish. Like, come on, even Star Rail now feels like trash. The standard banner just feels so trash now. It's only a year, bro.
Only in very special cases like summer and collab events will the rate up character be limited. About 90% of the entire roster you can just randomly be spooked by when you pull the gacha. So with the 4% drop chance, you're gonna be landing new units left and right. On the standard banner, you also get to wishlist 5 characters from each of the 3 factions within the lore.
Again. I need to hear that shit.
Wishlist 5 characters from each of the 3 factions within the lore. When you pull an SSR of that respective faction, you are guaranteed to get one of the 5 units you've wishlisted. Again, a great quality of life to help you narrow down undesired characters. And if that wasn't enough, there's also a friend pool.
God damn. Oh my god. It just pull after pull, a free character after free character.
Point gacha, where you can get the currency from just sending and receiving hearts from friends, which has a halved SSR.
But still, the gameplay is the thing. We need to see the gameplay. Like, how does it work? I only see like clips of it.
Chance of 2%, but you can still get SSRs for free from time to time. As you can see, there are many safety nets put in place to ensure you're not left without a new SSR to play with for a while. And the rates are generous enough that you still get a decent amount of the entire roster, even if you go into the game as a free-to-play. Now onto the daily grind. It's quite typical for a live service game to have daily tasks to keep you coming back. And as with other gacha games, you do have to do daily tasks to maximize your output in Nikke. Luckily, due to how easy it is, you can get them done in around 15 minutes, assuming there's...
Oh, that's actually a lot. 15 minutes? I don't know if it changed now, but 15 minutes feels like a lot.
no special event happening, and can even put the game on auto for certain levels.
I don't know, maybe I'm just spoiled with Star Rail's daily system.
Quick battle feature is also present if your combat level is above the recommended power, where you instantly clear the level without having to go through it. This cuts down the grind time by a pretty big margin, and is even given as an option for clearing event stages for bonus currency, a feature certain other gacha games do not have. Certain live services lose players when the dailies are too grindy, but Nikke seems to respect your time while also demanding just the right amount to return every day. I think this should be the standard for future release live service games. The daily tasks should take up to 20 minutes maximum. Everyone's got other things going on in their lives, and demanding too much time to maintain the game will just drive new players away.
True. Seriously, I'm getting Zenless, Wuthering Waves, and Star Rail dailies. Add it all up. I don't think I've ever exceeded like 20 minutes doing those. Genshin dailies though? Oh my god.
Away. Another way live service games retain players is through elements of FOMO, or fear of missing out, like limited time events, limited time rewards, limited time skins, and battle passes. So how does Nikke handle FOMO elements? Let's first go through the things that truly are limited. Every month and during certain events, there is a purchasable battle pass for $20. And reaching the end of the reward track will give you...
How much is $20 in my currency? Wait, that's even cheaper than... Oh my god.
A unique character skin.
I didn't see that before. Same as this one.
As it currently stands, if you missed out on the original run of the battle pass, there is no...
Damn, the amount of guns she has. Holy shit.
...alternative way to get them. This is probably the major thing that truly has the element of FOMO, though this would depend on how much you value cosmetic skins. Another case of this will be collab events. In 2023, there have been 2, the Chainsaw Man collab and the Nier collab. It's quite unlikely that these events or characters will get a rerun, but this really isn't an issue with Nikke, but an issue with collab events in gacha games in general. Because of problems that arise with licensing, it's normal for gacha collab events to never get a rerun. So while this would count as FOMO, it's an issue that's shared universally across all gacha games. Now that we're done about talking about the bad parts, what are...
See this one before?
Talking about the bad parts, what are some ways Nikke does to eliminate FOMO? Well, every event will last either 2 or 3 weeks, depending on its scale. And at some point after the event ends, certain ones are added to the event archive. This is where you can still view the story and play the minigame of certain events from the past, and it is permanent. Meaning even if you started playing today, you can still experience some of the most impactful events the game has had so far. And because of this feature...
Jesus Christ, why is Genshin not doing this? I've always asked for this, like past events. Like I had to watch YouTube for everything on when I came to like over a year of Genshin's life. 1.5 year. I had to watch a lot of. Holy shit! They should do that with Genshin Impact, bro.
Feature, even new players are able to catch up on the lore and be in the loop on why these events were so good. The event archive is not something typically seen in gacha games, and it is being updated with every content patch. Genshin never rerun events, FGO does it once after a year or so having all the best events right at your fingertips permanently is an amazing way to treat even latecomers to the game. And I would argue, missing out on story content is way more impactful than missing out on skins. I also want to briefly talk about UI and accessibility. In story cutscenes, you can view the backlog of recent dialogue in case you missed something, and the skip button exists. There's also keyboard shortcuts on PC, so you can just press 1 or 2 on the keyboard when selecting dialogue prompts, instead of forcing you to drag your mouse over the button. These
Oh my god. This video was, oh my god, Genshin Impact is, oh.
These may seem very fundamental features to have, and they are. The skip and backlog button have been present from FGO all the way back in 2015, yet the highest grossing gacha game right now doesn't seem to know how to do this. The game will also give skill.
I would argue. Nah, just add it. Just add it. I was about to say I was okay with the main story, not having the skip button, but nah, just add it, please. Give us the choice.
Reset modules from time to time, where you will get refunded all the materials put into a unit's skill, in case you want to respec it into something else. You can.
What? Wait, what?
The game will also give skill reset modules from time to time, where you will get refunded all the materials put into a unit's skill, in case you want to respec it into something else. You can also reset.
Oh my god, it's like everything you dream of in a gacha game. It's here. Holy shit. This is even better than Star Rail, man.
A unit's levels with a tiny bit of premium currency. The passive resource building up only completely fills up after 24 hours, and even lets it overflow for a bit after that. So you only
Oh my god, they also have overflow.
have to log in once a day to maximize your output. The icing on top, you don't actually have to level every character you get. With the synchro device mechanic, you just have to level 5 units, and everyone else placed into the device will automatically sync their level to the 5 units. You can also view past story.
What? You don't have to level everybody. Oh my god. Oh my god, I should. Oh my god.
Cutscenes, listen to the game's OST.
Jesus Christ, do you see this? Oh my. Oh.
Which absolutely slaps, by the way, and also set a music track on your main lobby screen.
I should listen to some of this music, to be honest. Sounds be. Like every system in this game I love.
As with any successful gacha game,
I just don't know about the gameplay. I don't know, I don't understand it. Oh man, but every system in this game, I am loving it.
on the market, getting to the late game will unlock challenge content and other modes to test your skills. The game may have just started out as an idle game, but the mechanics and team building can get complex, where late game levels will demand manual play and understanding of the level structure or bosses. However, unlike Genshin, there is actually significant endgame content in the form of competitive raids. You will either participate as a part of a union for the union raid, or individually via the solo raid that happens once per month respectively. It's mainly an optional challenge for those that are a bit competitive. There's no significant rewards even if you place high.
Wait, does this function like an MMO?
Highly on the leaderboard.
It's
For the union
insane.
raid, you get more union chips for spending in the shop for late game upgrades. But even with little investments or an inactive union, as long as you participate in it, you will still have a steady income of these union chips. Other than that, there's nothing else for union raids other than a rank that you can show off on the top charts. For solo raids, you will get a bit of extra gacha currency and a unique avatar border depending on your placement relative to all players, with a tier 3 border if you score in the top 3%. It's actually surprisingly quite doable if you've been playing for long, as the casual players vastly outnumber the whales, though they are the ones funding this game. Just a subtle incentive to participate in raids, but nothing too significant. The gacha currency you
No, what? I'll watch like a full level gameplay of this. Maybe that way I would understand, because this one I just don't get it. Dude, yeah.
get are pretty negligible, and you can still get something even for just participating in it. Another mode of competition is PvP, but unlike normal gameplay, you can't control anything, so it's mainly a mode for whales. From PvP, you can get arena tickets as a currency.
Wait, that's cute. That's cute, bro.
From PvP, you can get arena tickets. You'll get something even for, but unlike normal gameplay, you can't control anything, so it's mainly a mode for whales. From PvP, you can get arena tickets as a currency and a tiny bit of gems, which can be used to buy certain upgrade materials. But again, if you participate in it at all, you'll be swimming in these tickets. You do not get anything else for ranking high in PvP other than flexing. One of the major
That's actually good.
reasons I decided to stick around was because the developers are very communicative with the player base, and they're quite generous in that regard, more so than any previous gacha games I've played. Here are some examples. During the announcement of the first anniversary of any gacha game, you would expect that the team behind it would be a bit more generous in terms of rewards to celebrate this occasion.
Really? Ask Genshin Impact on that.
And to incentivize players to stick around or get others to return. Well, the Genshin community had to do a bit of trolling for them to shell out a total of 20 pulls. Can you take a guess on how many pulls Nikke gave?
How many?
Was it 30? 40? 50?
The way he's going with this, I'm guessing 100.
How about 106?
Oh my god. 106 pulls for an anniversary. Genshin would never.
In addition to releasing a lore
I mean, Jesus Christ. 3 years, 3 pulls. That's where we're getting, bro. Oh my god.
heavy 3-week event, new main story mode chapters, they also gave out a max limit
I never saw this one.
broken welfare
This is actually cute.
SSR unit. Now that's how you do an anniversary. I was originally thinking, well, if they're being so generous, isn't it a possibility where they run out of money? Well, no, because during that month, the game reported record profits. In fact, this was the month where they surpassed Star Rail. It's almost as if you treated the player base well, then they will treat you well right back.
I mean, even the game is good. Like, holy shit. People will shell out. And as long as the characters look insanely good, that's all that matters after. The game plays well, the characters look great. That's it. That's the formula for gacha games.
This level of generosity is also accompanied by their willingness to respond to player feedback, and here are some of the examples during its first year. We heard you like this minigame in that last event, so we're gonna add it as a permanent mode. We heard you were a massive Maki.
Oh my god. That is actually cute. They add mini games that everybody seems to enjoy. What the hell?
We heard you
This is actually cute. You get a character and playing this. Oh my god.
like this minigame in that last event, so we're gonna add it as a permanent mode. We heard you were a massive Makima simp, so we made an alternative skin to remove her coat. We heard you said this new character is weak, so here's a buff to make her one of the most broken units in the game.
I need to know who. Wait, what was her name? Jesus Christ. What's her name? What's her name? Where's the name? Oh, it's here. Oh my god, I can't see
New
it.
character is weak,
Red Hood? Is that Red
so
Hood?
here's a buff
Okay. Yeah, it is Red Hood.
skin
I read
to
it, I
remove
read it,
her
I read it.
coat. We heard you
Yeah, it's Red Hood.
said this new character is weak, so here's a buff to make her one of the most broken units in the game. We know you may want a specific character, but RNG has not been favoring you. So here's an SSR selector that you can just straight up choose to get a specific 5-star in the standard banner. I myself is okay with
I already know who I'm getting if I play this. Summer Mary. I miss Summer Mary. I'm gonna get that.
Putting money into the game every now and then. Because unlike the developers of FGO, I know that the money is being put to a good cause. During the initial run of the first Christmas event, it was not voiced. However, 1 year later, when they added it to the event archive, they went ahead and voice acted it. They didn't have to do that, yet
What is this? Is this like... Do they have like an MMO inside? This is actually nice. Wait, also, those are cute. Holy shit.
they didn't
Oh, okay. So this is also a part of the minigame. That is sick.
have to do that, yet the team seems to surprise me at every turn. There is also a pseudo roguelike challenge mode in beta right now that allows you to enable certain difficulty modifiers for additional rewards.
Roguelikes are always the go-to for gacha games.
At times, they just randomly throw out 10 summon tickets at you for being nominated for some kind of award. There is a lot of communication that happens between the team and the player base, and this amount of overwhelming support from the players is not just something you see very often. And because of all these factors, ShiftUp has gained a lot of goodwill from the community, and the relationship they have with the player base is quite close-knit. When I invest in a piece of media like a TV show, hobby, or game, how
The thing I don't understand is, why couldn't they do it in Genshin when they've been doing very good at Star Rail? Like, I hope I find a video that explains that. They're the same fucking game company. What the hell is happening there?
how the community treats each other can also impact my enjoyment of that piece of media. Before Nikke, I tried making Genshin content, and while I did manage to get somewhere there, making Nikke content just felt more satisfying. On some of my Genshin guides, I pinned a comment asking if anyone knowledgeable about the meta to privately reach out to me to correct any mistakes I make. And after tens of thousands of views, nothing. Zilch.
Well, it's just... Let's just say the whole Genshin community is... Oh my god, it's just so saturated.
But when I reached 1K subscribers on the Nikke channel, I had 2 people in the community reach out offering their congratulations and invitation to participate in their event. Genshin has a much bigger fanbase, but your input feels like nothing but a drop of water in a pond. The community for Nikke is certainly not as big as Hoyoverse's, but it feels like your voice matters more, and word gets around faster about who you are as a creator. And it makes me feel rewarded for making content on the game. I started out on YouTube 3 years ago covering an indie game called Dead Cells. Again, a very close-knit community with a supportive fanbase. And I was happy to continue to make content for it. The quality of my videos are the exact same for my Nikke and Genshin channels. But how is it that even with a smaller community, I was able to reach twice the amount of subscribers versus
This doesn't really have to do with Nikke being a quality game. It's just... There are just way too many Genshin creators.
my Genshin channel? The comments I get on my Nikke videos barely have any nitpick, and even when it's pointing out a mistake, it's usually done quite constructively. There is a reason why I put 800 hours into Deep Rock Galactic, and the supportive fanbase is one of those reasons. Again, the community for a piece of media can impact your enjoyment of that piece of media. For this last part of the video, I also want to give some warnings to those already playing Nikke. The game
Warning?
is very generous, and it can actually also be dangerous, because players will always want more. I've seen some complaints about the gacha rates being unfair, but that's really just
People really... some people just can't be satisfied. Just ignore them.
the result of being unlucky, and I have been there myself. There are many other gacha games with abysmal rates, so the 4% in Nikke is already extremely generous. I've seen some complaints about the grind for late game gear, but it's really not as bad as farming Genshin artifacts or
Ooh! Oh my god, I hate farming artifacts! Oh, I don't even farm new artifact sets now.
materials from FGO.
Jesus Christ, I just put 2-piece sets now because it's just so goddamn horrible.
I've also seen some complaints about the $60 gacha skins, but again, girls Frontline has a minuscule skinned gacha drop chance of below 1%,
Wait, are skins also gacha?
and the pity can require in the hundreds of dollars to build up. No matter how bad you think some of the aspects in the game are, the reality is some others have it much worse than this. So despite these discussions, I'm quite content with the pace they're going. Shift Up had their cards stacked against them. With already so many successful gacha games on the market, they had to find some way to stand out.
This is so cute. Wait, is this Wait, oh, okay. So this is a different game. This is not Nikke. Oh my god, I thought it was Nikke. Holy shit. It's been showing this a lot.
And stand out they certainly did.
Wait, okay, really? I really am confused now.
Stand out successful gacha games on the market, they had to find some way to stand out. And stand out they certainly.
Oh my, please, I don't get this. What game is this?
Did. You can't beat Hoyoverse in technical standards. You can't beat FGO in brand recognition, but you can treat the player base better. You can balance just the right.
Now they have a competition in treating player base. Kuro Games just entered the scene. Although I don't think they're gonna fight each other. They're different games.
Amount of grind and endgame content to keep things interesting. And you can build up a lot of goodwill.
That animation is quite cute though. I have to say, all the animated parts of this game are very well done.
And make the player base universally supportive of what you do. Nikke existed in a perfect storm. It was smart enough to take advantage and propel its way to the top. I thought a lot about what kind of content I wanted to create next on YouTube. And reviewing the stuff I talked about in this video only makes.
Holy shit! This really feels like some MMO type of stuff. Look at the amount of buffs in there. What the fuck? 14 buffs?
Video only makes me feel that I made the right decision. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new or got interested in trying out this game. We'll be glad to see you in the game or checking out more of my content, cause there's gonna be a lot more of it. And lastly, always remember, have fun with the game.
Tempted to. Oh my, I'm very tempted to check this out.